off.
Alright. Alright, so Craze is going to have to do column 4, while Only is going to have to do bottom left to top right. I haven't actually had to take a chance to look at the card yet. Let's take a look at this.
And while you're doing that, I'll explain the kind of intro to this. So the intro in this game is going to be pretty much the same every time. It's like Only fell down the hole there, but there's kind of the prologue section, and they're just going to fight the prologue enemies or the prologue bosses and grab a couple things like the hammer that you can technically play the game without the hammer, but being able to attack is going to be pretty fast. So this kind of gives them a bit of time to think of how they want to do their route, and they did get a bit of time to be able to see everything. But now that they're given a column and row, or a column or row, they have to figure out what they're doing. So, Cosmo, what do you think about the columns and rows that were given?
This looks, on one side I'm tempted to say this looks kind of easy, but at the other time, everything in this board actually doesn't look that bad. I'd give the better choice to Only. Only said that Craze had to do column 4, and column 4 is defeat UPRPRC starting Forest Knight, which is a quick mini-boss battle early on in the game. Kill Sassini's desk, which has a couple implications I'll talk about later. 15 regen up potions, recruit Ashtree and Lilith, and recruit Kotri. It's not that bad. A couple bosses. Recruit Kotri is a long boss. You have to defeat her 3 times. Ashtree and Lilith is kind of the longest boss goal. Ashtree is an auto-scroller kind of boss and has a lot of requirements to skip the first part of her fight, which players are probably going to do. And Ashtree is another 3-part boss fight. And the regen of potions are kind of scarce everywhere across the overworld. And Sassini's desk is a weird goal, is you need to get a Cocoa Bomb and use it in Sassini's room to kill her desk. Which means you have to kill Coco as well to be able to buy Cocoa Bombs from her. But against that, you have bottom left top row, which is what Craze picked for Only. And right off the bat, you can see there's 15 pack-up potions, which I think is a slightly harder goal than 15 regen-up potions. Pack-ups are slightly less easy to find, I would say, in my opinion, but they're both about the same. You have the Water Orb, which is kind of an easy goal. You just have to go through Aurora Palace. Defeat a level 10 or higher boss. This should be quite easy. At any point, just like at the end, you could just fight a boss and you'll probably be over level 10 because of how many items you're going to have to get. Kill Sassini's desk shows up again, and all 5 Northern Tundra health up potions, which is slightly hard, but it's not that bad. I'd give the advantage to Only for this one.
Yeah, to give a bit of background on both of these people, Craze is a speedrunner is a pretty well-known speedrunner. He mostly plays on the harder difficulties, but is still...
He's done a lot of things in speedrunning for this game that most of us wouldn't really do.
We're playing on the easiest difficulty, casual, just because it's the most accessible and it's the one that most people are familiar with. And then only one is the maker of the randomizer, I believe.
He is not the maker of the randomizer, but he's been the maker of the randomizer is Wacko87. But Only has been quite involved with making goals for this bingo. He's well versed in quite a lot of stuff. Honestly, if there's anyone that you would put to do anything in particular for this game, I would just give it to Only. He's done so many stupid tricks. He can do it all.
Right.
Yeah, what Mikon said in the chat. If there's a hard glitch for a stupid trick, Only probably was the discoverer. Do I sound biased for Only? I probably sound biased for Only, don't I?
Well, I'll be rooting for Craz then, because he's got the head start right now.
That's true. Craz does have a head start right now, but that's not to say I'm not going for Craz either, because he's the one that got me in losers in this tournament. And plus, I know full well just how good he is. He's in quite a lot. Bit of difficulty against Kotri though.
Yeah. Trying to go for a quick kill because in casual the bosses have not a whole lot of health. So if you can get a quick kill, it's going to save quite a bit of time over any other kind of strategy.
Both players unable to. Oh, no, Only got a pretty good quick kill, so he's caught up now. I should mention that Only just has a lot of lag in general because of his poor computer. But nonetheless, he's managed to make it thus far.
Not going for the slippers on Only's end.
No, and I think that should be, that might be a new trend coming up. Because in the 100% speedrun of this game, recently we've had a new route and we've started skipping slippers early on. It turns out that it's actually slightly faster to get them later after you get slide. Of course it does make like the early game just a big pain in the ass. I like to say that.
Sure.
Alright, let's go with that. But it does make the early game quite annoying if you don't have slippers. Which is why most players would just want to pick it up anyways and not really bother with the slight time gain. Looks like Only is already going to go fight Coco at 2, which is what he needs to obtain the Coco Bombs. And he only really needs Coco Bombs for Sasini's desk, but Coco 2 is not a difficult boss, but she has a lot of health, so it might be better to get her out of the way early on. Grabbing the charge ring as well. I don't know about picking up the charge ring.
Is there something?
No, there's nothing he needs the charge ring for.
Score on Sandbag?
Alright, I forgot they have to do something else with this.
Yeah, they have to do something else. I'm trying to think of what they would be going for.
I kind of forgot this was like double anti. Oh man, Craz is going for the stupid jump to get arm strength. I gotta watch this. So what Craz is doing right now. Oh, and he just got it. Wow. How do you people do this stuff?
I saw Only do it in another match.
Yeah, Only does stuff like this, and it's really dumb. So a wimpy jump is it's kind of a launch. If you don't know what that is, it's you do a quick drop and you do a wall jump.
You're kind of cutting out. I think the simple way to explain, or am I cutting out?
No, I'm cutting out. I don't have the good internet here. Go for it.
The simple way to explain the trick is that you're canceling some backwards momentum with a wall jump, and then you're by consuming an item, and then with that canceled momentum, you're able to just barely get an item that you're not supposed to get at that point.
Oh yeah, you can see the lag in Only's side just now. His game is slowing down pretty hardcore right now. Craz looks like he's on his way to get slide right now.
Yep.
Alright, try to take a look at the card, see what other players could be going for. I think you might be right. He might be going for column 5.
Or row 2.
Row 2.
Which one would be better?
Only has to get water orb, which means bounce is a given. And attack trade is pretty easy as well. And I mean, if there's anyone who's amazing at the sandbag, it has to be Only. But 20 Eastern Highlands item is... Eastern Highlands is probably the biggest area in the game. And the items are pretty spread out. So that'd be pretty long. And it doesn't really match well with anything that he has. I think you might be right with row 2.
He does have to get 15 pack-ups. I don't know how many pack-ups are in the Eastern Highlands.
Pack-ups are pretty well spread out throughout the entire game, so he's going to have to go just about everywhere. He's probably going to have to buy a lot from the shop as well.
And of course, we could be wrong on both accounts, and he might just be getting the
Only
arm strength just for extra damage. I don't know.
Craz, I think, was the one who got arm strength.
Yeah, it was Craz.
Craz has to do column 4. What will match well with column 4? It has to do a lot of boss stuff. Yeah, if he got armor strength, then there's a high chance that he's going to be going for sandbag. I don't see him doing column 5, so he's probably going to be going for road 2 as well.
Yeah, that's more what I was thinking for Craz. But Only. What would Only be doing?
That's a very good question.
I don't know if we can even tell at this point. Both players pretty much have to go to the lab as soon as possible. That's just kind of a thing in this game. The slide item unlocks a whole bunch of different areas in the game, so having to beat Sassini early and to unlock the lab and then get the slide item in the lab is just crucial just for playing the game in general.
Yeah, there's just no way around it. Nice, oh, maybe that's why he didn't get slippers. So Only there, he just did, what do we call that? Semi-solid clips?
Yeah.
Yeah, you use, down drill to go through, semi-solid platforms, which are just like these little platforms you can go through from below, but not from above. But with, if you do a down drill on the first frame of your jump, without having Rabi slippers equipped, then you can go through those platforms from above. Alright, that might be a reason he skipped slippers. So he wouldn't have to unequip slippers every time he wanted to do a semi-solid. Because he just did one right there to get a pack up. And so he might be using that a lot throughout this this match. Crane's about to grab attack trade. He hasn't marked it off on his board, so it doesn't look like he's going for anything that includes attack trade, though.
Attack trade is a pretty free thing because you pretty much want to get it anyway, because it's a lot of extra damage. It's a bunch of extra damage for the cost of taking extra damage, but since this is on the easiest difficulty, and because these people know how to play the game pretty well, it's a trade that you're willing to make.
Yeah, attack trade is probably, if you really know how to play this game, then attack trade is probably the best badge in the game to just have equipped. Thought Craze was going to go do the sandbag, but looks like he just gave it a little whack and moved on.
And the reason why you whack the sandbag is that it completely fills your boost meter, so that you can do some boost attacks. The sandbag there is kind of just to do a damage test, and that's one of the goals. One of the possible goals is to get 5,000 damage on the sandbag.
5,000 damage is pretty hard to get, honestly. Or maybe I'm just not that good at sandbag, which is also very possible. Craze is going through Sky High Castle right now. He is probably going to go get air dashed right now. And also fight Coterie 2, which he needs to recruit Coterie. Unlock Coterie 3. Air dash is by far the fastest way of moving in this game. Air dash level 3, that is, when you level it up. You definitely want to have that pretty early on if you're planning on making any sort of long movement related goal where you have to go to a lot of places.
Which is usually most of them. The only time I've seen not going for air dash be good is when you need to end up with a high money goal. But I don't have that much experience on bingo. What do you think?
That's a good point. I don't really know either. I don't have that much experience with bingo either. My first matches were in this tournament and I got slightly destroyed. Let's go with that.
So Craze up against Coterie 2. If you up drill while Coterie 2 is jumping up in the air, you can get her stuck on the ground, and it makes the fight a lot quicker.
A lot easier as well, yeah. Because you can just, when she's in the air, she's quite high up in the air. You can't do a lot of good damage.
Craze using the boost for the speed up buff, not for the damage.
Honestly, I will say, damn it, my words are failing me. I will say it's a usage of boost that should be thought of more often, because it does let you go through some rooms quite quickly. I haven't been looking at Only, but it looks like he's going through Northern Tundra right now, picking up some Alpha Potions. He also picked up a Carrot Boost earlier, which is kind of a weird pick. I'm thinking he might be going for Row 2, because that's the only thing I see that really has badges. Oh, I see attack trade. Who's Craze?
Yeah, Craze lit that up, and or who's who?
Who's who?
What?
Nikon, what are you doing?
Me?
Why did Nikon mark attack trade? Oh, is Craze not marking his goals? You sure?
I don't think Craze is going for row 4 or column 5. I don't think either player has gotten any goal.
That's what I'm thinking. He's not going for attack trade. Because Craze, he marks his goals usually? I think he's just not going for it. Yeah, I guess he did get attack trade regardless, so just mark it off. Makes sense.
On Only's side, though, there's Shadow Rita down, so that kind of puts it pretty firmly in, I would guess, row 2 for Only.
I would guess row 2 for Only as well. He's been picking up badges and just nice world to get that pack up. I don't see that often, and he just pulls it off like it's nothing. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Nixie Egg marked off for Only. I think. Wait, Nixie Egg? So row 5 for column 2? I was thinking column 2. I've been looking at it. 25% item is pretty easy to get. You can see both players are already nearly there. And Brickwood's Twin Cats is, I don't know, like a minute goal if you do it at the very end. Which is quite easy because Brickwood is just this optional area that you don't really need to go through.
And 8 badges is kind of a big goal, but the big thing about the 8 badges is the number of backups you have to get, and since he already has to get 15 backups...
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have to worry about the PP. Craze might not be doing row 1 because he has to do column 4. So we're still not sure what Craze has to do, but it's probably linked to the sandbag. My guess would probably be row 2 for Craze then. Only already getting a level 10 or higher boss with Rita right there.
So I'm trying to figure out what Craze is doing here with the Coco 2.
Craze also has to kill Cecili's desk, so he needs Coco Farms.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, both players having to go through Coco 2. Did Craze pick up Charge Ring? I didn't see it.
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense, honestly. Charge Ring is just nice to have in general. Double charges are quite powerful.
It's pretty solid.
Only also getting attack trade right now. Oh, is Only about to do a zip? Oh, he is. Oh, he's doing my favorite zip. Ah, yes. So that zip right there takes you to Park, straight to Sky High Bridge. and it skips quite a lot of travel. It brings you to a lower section of Sky High Bridge, which is not frequently visited, but it also makes the background and music a little bit weird for a while. It's very, very nice zip. I like it a lot. Since the lower section of Sky High Bridge is just a hard to access place in general.
Right. Normally you wouldn't go there in like a speed run unless you're doing 100%, where you have to get all the items, because all that's down there is just a handful of items that you don't normally get to get. But in this case, since only needs to get the pack ups, it's worth doing.
You might see Craze doing it as well. There's 2 region ups along that path, and he does have to get a lot of region ups. Only might be finally going to go get air dash. He might not though. No, he's going for it. And on Craze's side, I think we're gonna go see our first player entering System Interior. System Interior being...
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why he was fighting going into Chapter 3. But yeah, System Interior kind of makes sense because he has to recruit Lilith, and you can skip Lilith 1 by having the double jump, which you need to get into System Interior, and you need to get into Chapter 3 for that.
Yeah, air jump is just a very handy tool. You don't need it for a lot of stuff, but it is quite useful to have. Looks like that's all he wanted from System Interior. Is it air jump? I'm surprised that Only didn't go get Water Orb right away. He was in, oh, well, I guess he wanted Air Dash first, that makes sense. Because he was pretty close earlier. He was in Snowland. He could have just gone and picked up Water Orb and left.
It takes a little while to get there.
Yeah, it's a lot of travel. And Aurora Palace has a lot of corridors. So it does make sense that he would want Air Dash. Oh, here's Craze doing Lilith 1 skip. So hope you guys enjoy some nice auto scroll. Yeah, Lilith is a nice 2-3 minute auto scroller. There's no way around it. If you want Lilith, you gotta do this.
Even when we found the Lilith 1 skip, it was still way too long to be any part of the 10 TM route.
Yeah. It was pretty heavily considered, I would say, for a moment. But there's no real reason to do this. Only leveling up Air Dash, so I think he's about to go do Water Orb and Northern Tundra health ups. And I'm wrong.
Well, he can do that whenever. Doesn't have to do it now, but he will eventually do that.
Yeah, I just figured if I were in his shoes, I would do it right now, but then again, if I were in anyone's shoes, they probably wouldn't be winning. Starting Forest, he also just picked up a Cocoa Bomb right now. He couldn't do it before now, even though he had picked up Cocoa as his first member. Since you cannot buy anything from town members until you have 3 town members.
Only is just going to various places picking up pack-ups.
Yeah, that's also something I would do right now. Oh, only just got 25% item. I guess he's gonna check it off later.
Yeah. Checked it off earlier, but didn't notice they didn't actually get it.
Oh man, the bomb. Of course, Assumi's desk.
Kaboom!
There it goes. Oh, he's gonna get arm strength as well.
Well, he needs to equip the badges, and if you're gonna equip badges, it's a pretty good badge to equip.
Yeah, I'm not fully acquainted with badge, how much PP you need for each badge. But,
Arm strength is fairly low. It's not the lowest, but it's,
yeah.
I think, like 5.
Oh, 5 is pretty good, yeah. It's middle of the spectrum. Oh, Craze. Oh wow, he got an S rank on well, okay, well no, S rank is actually pretty easy, never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking max rank. I was like, oh my god, wow. He just did that on Lilith. Alright, so at this point I think it's pretty set in stone that Craze is going to be doing column 4 and row 2, while Only is going to be doing bottom left, top right, and column 2. I've been keeping count of the number of pack-ups that Only has. I would say he's probably about halfway done with his 15 now. And I definitely have not been keeping count of Craze's region ups. I don't think he's gotten that much.
I think the reason why Only fought Shatteria earlier is because he needed to get the Nixie egg.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he wanted to be in at least chapter 2 for slide movement. So just ended up fighting Shadow Rita just as a matter of...
Yeah, you could go before chapter 2 and not have to fight Shadow Rita, but then you would miss out on a bunch of items. So I definitely agree with this choice. Both players in Pyramid right now. Oh. Craze fighting off against Shadow Pandora. Oh, his only been for 2.
Flip. Oh.
Oh wow, he got 2 tiles. Man, I agree with that. Alright, 2 tiles ups. 2 tiles ups being the same thing as a 3 tile and a 4 tile zip, but it is, I would say, notably more difficult to understand and pull off. Oh, yep. Craze just marked off Shadow Pandora and Shadow Rita. That's done. And looks like Only is going to be starting his trip through Northern Tundra. Or not. Every time I keep thinking he's going to Northern Tundra, he just keeps going somewhere else, man.
Getting the backups. Or? Okay.
Wall jump.
Oh, wall jump. Now he's getting backups.
And packups, okay. I forgot he could buy packups. I said that earlier, too.
And Craze can buy regen ups as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and yeah, Only is going to be using wall jump level 2 to get up parts of Aurora Palace a lot easier since he doesn't have chapter 3 or air jump yet. But
Ooh, he tried to go up.
I gotta hand it to him. I wouldn't think of that.
I've tried to do that before and I couldn't pull it off, but It's only he knows what he's doing.
He definitely does know what he's doing. Craz just got poetry, so that's finally marked off. With the zip as well.
Yeah, so what Craz did there with Kotri, you have to fight Kotri 3 times, but he zipped into Kotri 3, meaning that he left the boss as he was triggering the sort of entry to the boss, so he wasn't stuck into the sort of boss area, and then just did a room transition, and that counts as beating the boss just by doing a room transition.
Yeah, you can skip a lot of bosses that way. I just want to mention that only just ticked off bounce bounce, probably for the sole purpose of bounce bounce and no other reason.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he'd be going for the regen ups and the health and mana wager.
Absolutely not. Well, health and mana wager is quite an easy buzz, but 15 regen ups is just way too much. So now that he's got Water Orb, only can... Well, he could go into Aquarium before, but it's just so much easier with the Water Orb. Lets you move much easier in water. The equivalent of Metroid's Gravity Suit. Craz forgot Ashry too. Oh man, oh yeah, he was going for Ashry. He was going for the crystals. It's true, he didn't go to Riverbank yet.
Yeah, so alongside Lilith being a long town member to recruit, Ashuri is also a long town member to recruit. In that you have to fight her here, and she's a pretty long boss because she has a long defense up phase at the very end of her fight, which can take quite a bit of time to get through. And then you also have to fight the rainbow crystals in the cave. So it's just kind of a double boss fight for a single recruit.
Yeah, thankfully both fights can be sped up quite nicely with Cocoa Bombs. Although I don't think that Craz is going to be going for a Cocoa Bomb here. Yeah, here's the defense phase. Only doing a pretty nice, using a pretty nice method to get up the water tower to get the 5th alpha potion in Northern Tundra. Yeah, you can definitely tell the fight is going sluggishly, would probably be the best way to say it. Defense up is a nightmare for anyone. Only's probably pretty close to being done. He just needs a few more pack-ups and maybe a few more badges.
Definitely has enough badges, it's just a question of being able to equip them.
I think he has 49 PP right now. I think he's pretty set on being able to equip all of them. He's just gonna do it when he has all of his backups, probably.
And the last thing that Only will probably do is to do the Plurkwood cats. It's kind of the mini boss of Plurkwood, and there aren't any items at all really in Plurkwood except for the P hairpin, and so that's why he's going through it last.
Yeah, it's that kind of weird thing that doesn't synergize with anything at all, since it's just so... it's a completely optional area. count of his backups. I'm assuming he's at like 14. Craze, oh wow, Craze actually has been picking up a lot more region ups than I've been tracking. He only needs 2 more.
Only grabbing an egg just to get some more money so he can buy his last backup.
Yeah, that's something that was never mentioned, but eggs are worth 1,500 yen each, which is the currency in this game. So, if you see people grabbing a lot of eggs, it probably means they want a lot of money for something. It's actually a lot closer than I thought it might be.
And there's the Rainbow Crystal boss to recruit Ashiri on Craze's end. You can just one-shot it with a Cocoa Bomb.
Yep. That is a nice thing about casuals.
It's available through hard, I think.
Up to hard or the difficulty right after, I would say, yeah. You can just use a Cocoa Bomb and that's it for that boss. I haven't been keeping track of Craze's badges either, so I don't know how close he is with that.
Yeah, that might be a bit rough for Craze, is just equipping the badges.
Yeah.
That might be what gets him.
Yeah, only use. I'm assuming he has 15 backups right now, and he's just going to Porkwood to get the twin cats. Oh yeah, he just marked out 15.
And Craze has one more region up, gonna get the 5,000. Should probably get it pretty easily since he's doing it right towards the very end.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Oh yeah. He is. Oh yeah, no problem.
If Craze can get the 8 badges, then
This might be pretty close.
yeah, this might be pretty close. Because Craze just has one more region up. And then only is getting to the cats.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get the region up at the bottom of Sky High. It shouldn't take that long. Then it's all about the badges. This is 15th.
Now can Craze equip the badges? Probably gonna go buy some pack-ups.
Yeah. Or not.
Hmm?
Oh, he's at 14. Oh, I misread that. He still needs one more.
Oh.
Equip 8 badges. Done for only. And he's fighting twin cats right now. Yeah, I think sadly this is gonna go to only.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be to only. Yeah. Yep, there it is.
That's it. Wow.
Sadly.
I'm gonna go with sadly, man. Craze put up one hell of a fight.
Yep.
I think he just got his 15th region up there.
Yeah, that was the 15th region. And then...
I don't know about the badges.
yeah.
Hey man, I was rooting for only too. Don't call me biased.
I was supposed to be the one rooting for Craze. Oh,
Oh.
yeah, Craze then doesn't even have 8 badges, yeah.
Yeah, he's not even close. Sadly. I thought that might be like the cutter for him because I didn't see him pick up any badges that were out of the way?
I think what Craze was just going for, whatever, just doing the goals one at a time, and then noticed right at the very end that he needed to go for the 8 badges, and that's actually a really tough goal to go for.
Yeah, if you don't have it in mind as you're going through everything, honestly, there's not a lot of chance. Yeah, well, damn. I'm not feeling the edge of my seat, kind of a lot closer than I thought it would for sure. Oh, good job to Only. Should we get an interview going?
Well, I don't think Craze is gonna.
Well, looks like Craze is still playing. Yeah,
Craze is still playing just because he wants to finish.
Yeah. Craze being a Taiwanese player, so he can't talk. Well, he can talk some English, but he is not very fluent in it.
I've never heard him speak.
He has spoken once when we were playing Randomizer. Surprisingly, he is pretty good. But I totally understand not wanting to come on.
Yeah, Only you can join if you want to give us some of your thoughts. I mean, Grace can join as well.
Yeah,
I know she will.
Yeah. Oh, there's Only.
Yep, here's Only.
Congratulations on your win.
Thanks.
And I don't have questions prepared, damn it.
No, I thought for sure Craze just needed to like pause this game and equip the badges. I was
We weren't sure either. We weren't paying that much attention to how many badges and pack-ups he had been getting.
Yeah, I think it really was like you said, Pajamas. No one noticed that goal until the end.
Which one?
The 8 badges.
Oh no, I knew it was there. I just didn't want to equip them because I didn't want my bosses to be bad.
Yeah, no, I just meant for Craze, because you've been going. You picked up Carrot Boost, and you went to pick up some other badges, Pure Love.
Yeah.
So you've been definitely going for the badges. That was not a problem for you.
Yeah, the 8 badges goal is pretty tough to get, but it wasn't that hard for you Only because you already had to get the pack-ups.
Backups. Yeah.
A good synergy. So
if you had to take Craze's position, what other thing would you go for?
Oh, let's take a look.
Craze just finishing off right now, so he really wasn't that far off behind.
Yeah.
And right from the start, well, you're thinking right now, so I'm not sure if I want to ask you a question.
No, go for it.
The first choice, you went with column 4, which I agree with, honestly. What do you think about bottom left, top right?
It was my second choice. It's a good choice for sure.
I personally didn't think it looked that bad other than the 15 pack ups.
15 pack ups, 5 Northern Tundra health ups, and also Kill Sasini's desk is actually like medium high. But the fact that that's in column 4 as well as Recruit Ashri and Lilith, and also Kotri and Regen ups was
yeah, that's quite a lot.
Like made the row worse. So
yeah, because overall, honestly, this board doesn't look that bad overall.
It's not terrible. I do think row 2 is actually a pretty good choice. S-Rank is free. Shadow Rita and Shadow Pandora are pretty free considering you're already doing the traveling for regen ups. Sandbag is not bad. And I guess it's really just the badges, which Yeah, you'd have to pick them up along the way, I guess.
Yeah. Thank
I
you,
don't like any of
Craze.
these rows with hairpin in it.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Craze, for just showing off some nice CGs for us on the stream.
I'm stuck in Plurkwood. I can't do much right now.
No, yeah. That damn Brookwood. I think that's going to be it for us. Is there anything at 11 on speed gaming? Because if so, we need to get out of here.
I don't think there was.
Next match coming, or the next match, who was it between? For Robbie?
That is Mekon and Ace happening at
Econ.
5 p.m. Eastern tonight. The double bingo in one day.
I want to commentate that.
I'll let you take my spot. I'm sick. Yeah, coming up next on this channel would be Link to the Past randomizer at 2 p.m. Eastern. How many more will there be? I think I see in chat. That would be quite a lot of matches left. Honestly, we're still pretty early on in this tournament. But today there's only one more match.
Yeah, we've only eliminated one person, and there's 7 people in the tournament, so that means there's at least 6 more, right?
Yeah, there's definitely at least 6 more matches. I'm not going to commentate on the fact that I was the one person.
I wasn't gonna say anything either, but
Yeah, definitely not me. Definitely not me. Let's see. Including today's match, there should be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
at least 7.
I think I'm playing the winner of Mekon and Ace. Is that correct? And
That is
then
correct. Yep.
Graze is playing Floob, I believe.
Loser of 6. Yep. So Craze is going to be playing Floob in losers round 2. And loser of Mekon versus Ace is going to have to play Hakwa. Yeah, other than that, I think that might be it for us. Is there anything else anyone else wants to add?
I think that's about it.
I checked bounce. I had to check bounce.
I do approve your decision to check off bounce.
Always check off bounce.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. It was a good race. Had fun.
Yeah, definitely a pretty good race. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for us then. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you all for watching.